am a Sons of Helaman and Menamoroni facilitating clinician. When I was a teenager, I went through the Sons of Helaman program as a participant. I graduated just over 10 years ago. In those 10 years, I've graduated high school, served a mission, college, marriage. I've got 2 boys, almost 2 and almost 4.
7 or 8 was the first time I saw it. And then I just struggled on and off until about when I hit high school is when I really fell into the addiction level of pornography. I also wasn't really taught how to handle my emotions and have good stress relievers and to connect with people in a really good way. And for me, I'm a really proactive guy. So I started trying to handle it on my own for probably about a year, and it just wasn't really going anywhere. So I actually scheduled an appointment with the bishop without my parents knowing. Then eventually I told my parents and they were there to support me. But again, like I just wasn't making the progress that I wanted to see. Eventually I just thought, okay, there has to be some better way to handle this. So I just jumped on the internet and just started looking stuff up, and I found Life-Changing Services. For me, there's a lot of guys that come into the group and they're really nervous because they don't want to be viewed as weak, or they don't want people to know what they're going through. And I was exactly that way. But as soon as I attended the first group, I just loved everyone in there. Initially it was uncomfortable, but when I realized that everyone was just going through what I was going through, I definitely just felt like I wasn't alone anymore. I had people I could relate with. I had friends who I could be pretty open and transparent with. And when I look back at it, I'm grateful that I went through that. I went through recovery and I had this issue because I wouldn't be the man I am today. And I wouldn't have to learn the lessons I learned because I'm a completely different person.
I've been a part of the program for probably 2 years. I've been a graduate for a couple months. It's been a while.
I want to give you a bit of an experience of what your sons go through when they're in Sons of Helaman or Menamoroni YSA, or if there's a man in your life who's attending Menamoroni, by sharing with you one of the lessons that we go through. It's catching Satan's lies, notice the name of flip it, find. But this is an important lesson. It's fundamental to lasting recovery, progress, sobriety, and success. It's important that we learn to catch and then transform the lies that Satan sells us. Because when he sells us a lie, that is what starts the whole ball rolling. So we end up in a place where we are weak enough and vulnerable enough that we will buy into his pain relievers. The way we catch the lie is with a lost battle analysis. If someone in your family is enrolled in one of our programs, you should have received this book. And in this book, it talks about the captain's log and how to do a lost battle analysis. In this, we answer questions like, when you lost, what technique did the enemy use to defeat you? Is there a pattern? If you could replay the event, what might you have done differently? And we use all of this to work our way back to what was the lie Satan sold you that got the whole thing going. And there's a tool that we use called Notice It, Name It, Flip It, Find It. So this is a 4-step process. The first is notice. You have to notice something is off. Oftentimes this starts with noticing that your moods are off, your emotions are out of whack, you are not in an edifying place. And then you name it. So if it's the mood that is the problem, then you name the mood. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling stressed. I'm feeling frustrated. If you've worked back far enough and you can identify the lie, then you name the lie. You should rush. And once you've got this kind of identification stuff done, you move on to the next piece, which is the flip. And in this situation, you're looking for the edifying opposite, or the truth that dismantles Satan's lie. This is the tool that we try and practice. When you do the flip, is like, what feeling, what mood would be edifying? What would I rather be feeling right now instead of stressed, anxious, frustrated, bored? So you identify an edifying opposite, and then you work to experience that feeling. So that's the flip. The find it is the last piece. This is where you take all of the mental work you've done and you actually do something. This is the action steps. Both of you guys help teach this lesson. Do you have anything that you would like to add?
Notice it, name it, find it, flip it. Sometimes we can think of, oh, it's just fake it till I make it. That's not true. It's much easier to act your way into emotion than it is to fake your way into an emotion. And so you have to take action. You have to go and do something where, if I was a person that was happy right now, what would I be doing? Because if you just put on a smile and fake it, then you're just going to have that mask on, and that emotion that's underneath is just going to be like a toddler asking you why about something and asking over and over and over until it just explodes.
Satan's going to spout some facts. I love to spend time finding those facts and then rooting out that lie, because those facts are important. When we have the Spirit with us, the Spirit can help filter the lies and fill that lie with an added truth to help combat that lie that was placed there.